your regular one?
For many who rely on their local pharmacy, their convenience can be a lifeline. But recent proposals for cuts to NHS funding for establishments outside of hospitals could mean that 1 in 4 pharmacies in London is at risk of closing. NHS England has previously allowed £2.8 billion of funding every year, money that's spread throughout the 11,000 pharmacies across the country, many of them in London. Currently, the average community pharmacy like this one gets around £220,000 in NHS funding every year. That's money that the Royal Pharmaceutical Society says is essential to providing a good local service. But come October, all that could change, with the yearly funding set to fall by £170 million as a way to find £22 billion of savings across the health service by the end of the decade. The Royal Pharmaceutical Society warns that this could mean pharmacies have less staff and that more people will go to an already stretched A&E system if community establishments close down. For local pharmacist Raj Radia, who says that 90% of his business comes from NHS funding, cuts could mean drastic changes to his livelihood.
The government are got an austerity measure. I feel they're spending money right across. But I think what's happening is that we all need to come together to how do we... The government's not getting enough funding, I believe, and I don't understand why they picked on us, because I think we are the solution rather than being the problem down here. And by cutting us out, I think they're going to create more problems for themselves. I think overall the public are going to struggle full stop as a result of the cuts more than anything else. Rather than telling us cutting it, come and sit on the table. Let's look at solutions together rather than, because I'm sure if we sit down around the table and figure out what's the best way to get efficiencies out, we can come up together with modern solutions, because people want to have prescriptions done in a different way of providing services, different settings. I mean, the pharmacists are highly trained people. We've got 5 years of training that we've got, and putting it to waste and not thinking about it, it's a waste of money as well.
The Department of Health says there are many reasons to rethink pharmacy funding. They say 40% of pharmacies are currently in clusters of 3 or more within 10 minutes walk, and that the amount of pharmacies funded by the NHS in recent years has risen by 20%. But for Raj and his team, they'll have to wait until the end of the week, when the decision is finalised, to find out what their future holds.